Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com, and this morning, of course, we're getting ready to have our smoothie. Now, I wanted to mention one of the subscribers, Kevin Burke, wrote in and asked about why didn't I just use peanuts in the smoothie, because the Vitamix will grind it right up. And I thought, yeah, great idea. And I had decided several weeks ago to do that. And I bought this. Of course, they're salted, but anyway, little cocktail peanuts, great value. But you see, half of them are gone. Yeah, I left them sitting over by the microwave. So Mr. Bucky was coming in getting him a handful every once in a while whenever he wanted to. And I had completely forgot about them. So I've moved them over here by the smoothie machine. Yeah. And so anyway, this morning we were going to use the peanuts, and the other thing he mentioned is I hadn't used the maple syrup to sweeten the smoothies. Well, I don't have any maple syrup anymore, but I do have this kind, which has no high fructose corn syrup in it, and so I'm going to use some of that to sweeten this morning. I had completely forgotten about it. Y'all have to keep me posted on when I don't use something for a while. And now I don't use the chia seeds hardly ever because I don't like them, y'all. I just don't like them. They make the smoothie too thick to suit me. But anyway, so this morning we've got, of course, the baby greens. I went to the store yesterday, just down to our local Bilo, and got a small pack of the spring mix. I didn't want to get the spinach just because I think this has got a much bigger variety of greens in it than just plain spinach, even though we do that sometimes. So here's what we're using this morning. I'm going to use tangerine juice. Let's see how many cubes. 4 cubes of the tangerine juice. Whoops. And I've got 4 cubes of orange juice too, because yesterday I had to add the extra orange juice because I could still taste the greens. Anyway, so we've got the, I can't turn that up, it's going to fall all around. The celery, I've got a stick of celery down there, a couple of small carrots, and of course I've got 3 cubes of cream of wheat and oatmeal. And the greens I'm using this morning are 2 cubes of the collard greens. Now, this is 3/4 collard stalks, because I found out the stalks are very healthy for you. And once you grind them up in the Vitamix and then freeze them, you can just use them as cubes. So there they are. And mostly it's stalks. See if I can hold one of these up. They're somewhat, can you all see the difference in the, well, let's see. You can barely see the difference in color. See right at the bottom there, it's darker green. That's would be collard leaves, and the rest of it's collard stalks. So I'm very happy about that. Using some of the apples. This is 2 small Pink Lady apples, and this morning I'm using 4 bananas. They're just small, so I decided to use 4. Now, I will have to tell you what we had for supper. This is really funny. We had a banana sandwich because I had a fresh banana, and I wanted to go ahead and use it because it was going to go bad if I didn't. And so we had a banana sandwich with peanuts on the side. We did. It was good too. It really was. The peanuts kind of gave you something to crunch on with the banana sandwich. It was a good supper. It really was. So I'm cutting the ends off these bananas, and I'm going to squeeze out those little parts. And the bananas are still a little bit frozen. So I learned this from Patrick. Just take the bottom and just squeeze it, and that way you avoid getting that little black thing at the bottom of the banana. I don't know what it is. Probably wouldn't hurt you, but just take them and just squeeze it out. That way you don't waste any of the banana. Yeah, and by the way, I do read all y'all's comments. Sometimes I don't have time to answer them all, particularly if you ask me about a video that I did some time back, because then I got to go back and find that video and see what I said on it, you know. But anyway, that's what I do at night, usually for several hours, really. because I get a lot of private messages in my email, which of course I love. I just like to read all because it's like y'all are here when I hear from you, you know? Otherwise it feels like I'm alone. The sun's coming out. Yeah, it's been cloudy and cold. I don't think the temperature got up to about 45 yesterday, so it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas here. And I've started my cooking. Yesterday I did some popovers, and I wanted to do those to find out if I could freeze them, because I've made them a lot, but I've never frozen them. So we're going to find out, because I've got one in the freezer now. I'm going to find out if it's going to work. Anyway, let me get this mess cleaned up. So I wanted to mention this to y'all, and you forgive me if we get on a subject that's not a good subject for early in the morning, especially when you're getting ready to have your smoothie. But, well, let me go ahead and dump this in first, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so I'm using half a cup of peanuts. So I don't know, that'd probably equal more than 2 tablespoons if it was peanut butter. Yeah, it might. Anyway, we're going to use that. The Vitamix will grind it right up. Let me go ahead and put this other stuff here, because I might need to let it thaw out a little bit so we can talk now. All right, so I've actually got 3 cubes of the cream of wheat oatmeal, and there's the orange juice and the tangerine juice. Yeah, the tangerine juice doesn't work as well as the orange juice does to hide the taste of the greens. That kind of surprised me. I would have thought it would. Whoops. There went a carrot. Okay, so let's go ahead and grind this up. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in some of the syrup. I don't want to make it too sweet, but yeah, a couple of tablespoons. And we're going to put in 1 whole cup of water. Just go ahead and start out. All right, let me get this ground up a little bit and we'll be right back. All right, we're getting ready to give this a taste. I can't taste the peanuts at all. Mr. Buggy's going to say, does this have peanut butter in it? I won't tell him. It's got half a cup of peanuts. This is the dominant taste. And it's unfortunate that the flavor in it, it says natural and artificial flavoring. Of course, it's got preservatives. Anyway, it tastes really good, though. It does. It tastes really good. All right, so let's just pour this out in the glasses. Sorry about the shining through these kind of lace-type curtains. It makes me look weird. All right, let me back up a little bit. Well, first I'll pour this now. I've got to get an ice tray. Hold on. I did fix the coconut. I got coconut from nuts.com, a big 5-pound bag, which the coconut doesn't weigh much, so it's a really big bag. And I went ahead and just heated it up, and it's organic shredded coconut this time. And so I went ahead and I just heated up, you know, with a little bit of water, just to make sure there was no bacteria, you know. And then I grind it up in the Vitamix, so when you end up mixing water with it, it really makes coconut milk. All right, so we definitely got overage this morning. I'm going to have to tell you, this tastes really, really good. And of course, natural maple syrup would be a lot better if I had used that, but we used it all up on pancakes and waffles and French toast and all. So the actual real maple syrup kind of makes me a little hyper. I don't know, I guess it gets in your bloodstream really fast, so. But it doesn't affect Mr. Bucky. He really likes it. Plus it's expensive, you know. In fact, it's real expensive. Now, I don't think I've used honey in a pretty long time. We might have to try that about tomorrow. Okay, there's the overage. I'm going to freeze that. And looks like this week we'll probably have enough for Saturday and Sunday. All right. There's what it looks like. You definitely cannot taste the greens at all. Can't taste the peanuts either. This is what I taste along with a fruity taste, sort of, I'm not sure what. You can't taste the bananas either. It's sort of, I'm probably tasting the orange and tangerine juice. Anyway, it's very good. So thanks, Kevin, for reminding me about the syrup. I'm sorry I didn't have any real maple syrup. But anyway, let me set these over to the side. What I wanted to mention to you, I really enjoy reading y'all's comments. And I know a lot of people watch that never make a comment. So if you're a person who's been watching my videos, and I know there's probably an average of about 250 people who end up watching the smoothie videos. So I'm assuming that if you watch the videos, you're probably making green smoothies or some type of smoothie. So y'all write and tell me, you know, I need to know, okay? I need to not feel alone here. But anyway, I wanted to mention this morning some of the benefits that we have noticed, and I'll probably leave some of them out because there was a lot of benefits that we have noticed to do with drinking the green smoothies. So one of the things is we sleep better. And you know how when you sleep, I mean, you just sometimes wake up during the night, you might wake up and turn over, or I don't know, just maybe a sound outside woke you up or something like that. But what happens now is you go to sleep and you don't wake up until the morning. It's great. And I would just have to attribute that to something to do with the green smoothies. And we did start going to bed a little bit earlier so we could get up earlier. And so the other thing that I noticed, because I'm really a night person, I'm not a morning person, but I'm becoming more of a morning person now. Like it doesn't take me as long to wake up in the morning when I come downstairs. It's much quicker. Now, I don't drink coffee or anything. I do drink decaf tea, but I don't drink coffee at all. And the other thing is getting heartburn. When you get older, I don't know, probably when you're around about age 40, you start things that are too greasy or too spicy or whatever sometimes give you heartburn. Now, I never really had heartburn much, but I would get it sometimes from things like spaghetti, if something's got a lot of tomato sauce in it, and I don't get heartburn anymore, and I don't know what happened on that. I wouldn't know how to explain it at all, except I think that when you're having greens and fruits and vegetables, and especially if they're raw, you seem to, I guess it just benefits all your internal organs, maybe, I don't know. But the other thing is that I have noticed that I am able to digest things like carrots and all kinds of greens much better if they're raw than if they're cooked. Now, I think I've mentioned this on a video before. I would have never guessed that that would be the way it would be. Never in a million years. I would have just naturally thought that any kind of cooked vegetable would be much more digestible, but that's just not the case. So it wouldn't take a whole lot for me to be a raw vegan. I mean, really. I think that they must feel like $1 million all the time. I think they do. And of course, Mr. Bucky would never go along with raw vegan all the time, but because he wants a little bit of meat and that kind of thing, and you know, that's okay. But I do think that these people who are raw vegans are probably healthier than the rest of us are. I just think they are, and they're certainly not overweight. they just, I think they eat tons of food, but they don't gain weight. So anyway, all right, so let me see, is there anything else? Just, I want to mention about the sleep. Oh, here's one. Calmer. Happier and calmer. And not letting little things that used to bother me don't bother me anymore. Like when Mr. Bucky throws a newspaper on the floor beside his recliner, that used to irritate me to no end. Pick up the paper. And now when he does it, I hardly even notice. Yeah, so that's something. And that's just a little thing, but y'all know how things can just irritate you real bad. I mean, it might be something really little, like somebody said something to you in the grocery store you didn't like, and you'll spend the next 2 or 3 hours saying, well, I should have said so-and-so back to her, or something like that. Or one of your relatives says something to you, and you kind of, think about it the rest of the day and just irritated and all that. That doesn't happen anymore, and I'm not sure why, that it would affect mentally how you're eating, but I guess it does, because I have definitely noticed that little things don't bother me anymore, and they used to. I mean, especially unneat things in my house, that used to bother me. Now I kind of just pass it off and go ahead and pick up the paper myself, or put the socks in the dirty clothes and just do it, yeah. And I don't get irritated about it like I used to. So I think that there are many, many benefits, a lot of them I haven't even mentioned, that come from eating fruits and vegetables that have not been cooked. They're still alive, they still have their enzymes in them, and to me they're just easier to digest. Who knew, right? All right, so I have already started on the Christmas cooking. I haven't recorded anything yet. I get all involved in it, and I cook stuff and then freeze it. So today I'm going to make I made popovers yesterday, and the main thing I wanted to find out is, can I freeze them? Because I looked up popovers, on YouTube and on the internet on websites, and I didn't find one where anybody had cooked them and frozen them and then used them later. So that's really what I wanted to know. Can I make these ahead, freeze them, and then when company's here, just warm them up? That's what I'd like to be able to do. So anyway, we're going to make them again, because all of them got eaten, including I think I had 4 of them, and I made 12. And I think I had 4, and I think Mr. Bucky ate the rest of them all except 1. So now I say that they're hollow, they puff way up and they're hollow, so you're not really eating that much. But I do want them to hope that they freeze well. So I'm going to find out later on, because I froze the one, and then I'm going to try warming it up and see what the texture and everything is. So then I'm going to know. If I can make them ahead, that would be really great, and freeze them. So, all right, enough talk. So we will see y'all later on today, hopefully.